Happy Tuesday, ladies and gents. On today's show, GM and Nikola call it quits. McLaren officially names its new hybrid supercar, and Audi changes its motorsports goals. I'm Tiffany Stone, and this is Hagerty's Daily Driver. Let's buckle up. 2020 has brought us many things: social distancing, Zoom bombing, and roughly 900 potential electric trucks. Now it seems everyone with a copy of Photoshop and a dream has rendered up their own EV pickup. But hey, not all of them are going to make it. Case in point, the plug has been pulled on the Nikola Badger. The Arizona-based startup announced its Badger pickup back in March. Claims included battery electric and fuel cell hydrogen versions with 300 and 600 miles of range respectively. Also teased was 906 horsepower and 980 pound-feet of torque. Incredible. People were so excited about this. Order banks opened in June. A running prototype was to debut in December, and in between, GM decided it wanted an 11% piece of that Badger pie and offered up its engineering and production skills in return. At the time, that stake was worth $2 billion. It was incredible until it wasn't. Accusations of fraud, lies, and downright deception immediately followed. The U.S. Department of Justice started poking around. Even founder Trevor Milton stepped down, and that was all before the sexual assault allegations. So, naturally, GM began to have second thoughts. Since the original deal was never finalized, the two companies agreed to a revamped partnership that sees GM being a supplier of fuel cell technology, nothing more. Nikola, for its part, will refund all customer deposits for the Badger and then focus on its heavy-duty commercial vehicles. Now, where we lose one EV sports truck option, we gain one more hybrid supercar. Seems like a fair trade, right? Well, the McLaren Artura will be the automaker's first mass production hybrid. McLaren teased the vehicle just 2 months ago, but it was camouflaged then and didn't have a name. Now it has a grille and something we can call it other than a named McLaren high-performance hybrid project. But this isn't McLaren's first foray into the realm of hybrids. Both the P1, which debuted in 2012, and the recently introduced Speedtail Hyper GT feature hybrid power, and the Artura resembles a bit of both. Actually, all McLarens resemble one another because, if we're being honest here, they all kind of just look the same. Specs are scarce, but we do know that the Artura will debut an all-new twin-turbo V6 hybrid powertrain and a super lightweight carbon fiber structure. Also, its position between the GT and 720S in the lineup provides some indication of its performance level. McLaren's Hyper Hybrid will go on sale in the first half of 2021. In the world of motorsports, German automaker Audi has decided to be a one-and-done player in Formula E so they can focus on the Dakar Rally and endurance racing. The 2020 to 2021 Formula E season is the first, and not last, to feature an Audi-backed race car. Instead, for 2022, Audi will field an electric SUV prototype in its first ever entry into the Dakar Rally. Oh, come on Audi, just make a commitment already. All right, so Audi isn't leaving Formula E entirely. Its powertrain will still be made available for other race teams to utilize. They also hinted at a possible return to the Daytona and Le Mans 24-hour races. The latter, it's won 3 times in a row with the R18 e-tron Quattro. We expect Audi will enter the new LMDH category for hybrid prototypes. And given that Audi expects 40% of its sales to consist of EVs and hybrids in a few years, it's no wonder the automaker wants to play the field a bit. So, let's pour one out for Audi's Formula E fans. All 6 of you guys. It's time for Total Recall Tuesday.
Total Recall Tuesday! Total Recall Tuesday!
The segment where we hope your car isn't mentioned. Takata airbags are back in the news. Not that it ever really left, but this time around, 5.9 million GM vehicles are affected. NHTSA is requiring GM to recall and replace the airbag inflators in its 2007 to 2014 model year trucks and SUVs. The fix is estimated to cost GM $1.2 billion. Another high price is the penalty for procrastination. NHTSA is imposing a $210 million civil penalty on the Hyundai-Kia conglomerate for failing to handle a recall in a timely fashion. Hyundai will pay $140 million, while Kia's fine is $70 million for recalls that occurred in 2015 and 2017. Affected cars and SUVs from both brands combined for 1.9 million total vehicles. Manufacturing issues could lead to bearing wear and engine failure per the recall. And of course, is it even a total recall Tuesday without Tesla? This week we have 3 to report. Some 2016 Model X vehicles might have had roof trims attached without sufficient use of primer. The result? The trim could separate while the vehicle is in motion. Again with the 2016 Model X, but also 2017, as well as 2015 to 2017 Model S vehicles, is a suspension arm issue. The front suspension links on either side could fail, potentially leaving up to 115,000 owners stranded. Now, most of the confirmed failures have occurred at speeds of less than 10 miles per hour, but a handful did include highway travel. Lastly, the 2020 Model Y is being called back for improperly connected front upper control arms. And if it's not tightened enough with a steering knuckle, the control arm can detach, taking away the driver's ability to fully control steering, which is kind of important while you're driving. Luckily, Tesla has reported no injuries or crashes related to these latest recalls. Well, that's it for me, but I'll be back tomorrow with more of the top news stories. Until then, stay safe and keep driving.